Well, hello, ladies and gents. Venom, Let There Be Carnage smashes it on Thursday night previews domestically. Because that's right. Loads of you guys keep asking me, when am I going to watch it? When am I watching it? Mr. H, when are you watching Venom, Let There Be Carnage? When are you watching it? In 2 weeks' time, when it releases in the UK. Thanks very much for that, Sony. But anyway, we are here to talk about its essentially box office weekend. It smashed it on Thursday evening previews. Genuinely, absolutely smashed it into oblivion. And I think this bodes really well for its domestic release, at the very least. We don't know, obviously, the rest of the world yet. We just don't know. But let's talk about its domestic Thursday evening previews. So here we go, ladies and gents. This is the Hollywood Reporter. We also have a Jasper cameo, but you just can't quite see it. But anyway, Venom, Let There Be Carnage has hissed. Expect so many puns. Hollywood Reporter, what are you doing with all your puns? Come on now. You're not punny. Anyway, the Venom, Let There Be Carnage hissed loudly with 11.6 million in Thursday evening previews at the domestic box office. Show started at 4 PM local time in 3,700 locations. Actually, had a reasonable amount of locations. I mean, you know, 3.7 thousand. That's quite good. Quite a good amount. Not like, it's not huge, it's not, you know, blowing it away, but 3.7 is pretty damn good in terms of the amount of theatres being played. 11.6 million from 4 PM on a Thursday, just Thursday. $11.6 million just Thursday. Pretty good. Pretty damn good. Now, the Sony and Marvel Studios event kicks off a busy month that looks more like summer than a regular October, as studios bank on consumers becoming more and more comfortable returning to the theatres. I've said this time and time again, and I stand by this now. Like, it doesn't matter when films are released. It genuinely doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. Like, people have shown that time and time again now, and this is evident of that as well. Andy Serkis directs the Tom Hardy Venom, Let There Be Carnage, the Sony film, in association with Marvel and Tencent Pictures. I'm not 100% certain whether this has been given a Chinese release. If it has, this will make back everything, and it will make close to, if not beat, what the first one did. I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that at all, actually. Tencent is a Chinese company, so if it does have a Chinese release, this will smash it into oblivion. It'll do really, really well. Also stars Woody Harrelson, Michelle Williams, Reed Scott, Naomi Harris, and the latter is villain Shriek. Now, the sequel is poised to open in the high 50 million range, just in America. Now, it says, if not north of 60 million domestically, a threshold few Hollywood titles have managed during the COVID-19 crisis. I tell you, if it does that, that's pretty bloody good. That is pretty bloody good. Now, a lot of these numbers that people have been throwing out recently have been, you know, either smashed or they've met it. June being one of them. They were banking on that hitting like 24 million, I think it was, and then it did something like 35 million, and that was only in 24 locations, which is pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Now, this says one that did was Marvel and Disney's Shang-Chi and the Legend of Ten Rings. That's obviously saying, hey, this is a movie that did relatively well in terms of its opening weekend domestically. That title likewise released exclusively in theatres at the end of summer. Broke Labor Day records with 94.7 million. A win for the domestic box office, still roiled by the Delta variant and competition from studios sending titles day and date to streaming services. Are you being serious? Oh my god, the cope here for Disney is insane. Sorry, let's just take a moment here. Let's just take a moment. The cope here is mental. Okay, really, really important. Oh wow, if it hits north of 60 million, that's few that any Hollywood title has done during the COVID-19 crisis. One that actually did was Disney's Shang-Chi. That broke records. And it was also, you know, struggling because of the Delta variant and studios releasing their movies for free on streaming services. You're really going to compare movies being released on a streaming service as competition to the theatre titles now, are you? That doesn't make any sense. Oh no, wait. They chose not to spend money in the theatre to watch a film exclusively in a theatre. They chose to watch a movie at home instead. That's not no. That's not no. If people want to go to the cinema, they'll go to the cinema. If they have the option to watch that same film that they wanted to watch in the cinema at home, then that is competition. And there hasn't been anything like that. The absolute cope here from the industry is staggering. I would get it if Disney had released Shang-Chi at home as well, and then they were like, well, they did struggle against themselves. I'd go, yeah, no, of course they did. But you're talking about other movies, of which there are none. Please. God, man alive. Any excuse these idiots come up with. Any bloody excuse. Anyway, Venom Let There Be Carnage stars Hardy as Eddie Brock. A journalist who is, you know, Venom inside and blah, blah, blah. And then obviously Woody Harrelson. Now, here's the interesting thing, right? Let's compare it. So the first Venom, which transformed into an audience favourite despite not so great reviews, because fucking no one listens to critics. I mean, look, they're loving James Bond at the moment. I watched that. Opened to 18 million domestically, on its way to grossing a stellar 850 million globally. So, I mean, let's put it into perspective, right? That was that 2018, I think, Venom released. This has just hit 11.6 million domestically. It will struggle a little bit because it is only opening domestic. I don't know if it's opening in any other market, but domestically it's opening anyway. They're thinking it will hit about 50 million range. If it does, that's great. If it hits 60, that's even better. But then comparing that directly to the first one that hit 80 million domestically on its opening weekend, which I think had a similar release strategy opening on a Thursday. If this does 60 million, even north of 60 million, that's a smash hit. I would say that that's a smash hit. Now, the problem lies in its prolonged box office, right? In how it's going to do moving forwards in the long run. Because if it's opening in America, it will then go on to torrent sites. And it'll be downloaded. People in the UK will get it before its release. People in other parts of the world will get it before its release. And I think that will be what hinders it. But for the most part, I mean, goddamn, if it hits close to 60 million, that's a home run. That's a smash hit. And I think what this is really telling as well is on Thursday night previews, it hit 11.6 million. I'm pretty certain we had James Bond No Time to Die releasing as well. And it's still doing that. That's great. That's really, really good. That's fantastic. So people are opting to go and see Venom over No Time to Die. Because I'm pretty certain No Time to Die released in the theatres on exactly the same day. Which is interesting because Sony decided, like, we'll give the UK 2 weeks leeway from Venom. You know, Venom releases 2 weeks after No Time to Die. Odd. Anyway, in August, Sony pushed back the film from September 24th to October 15th. Amid uncertainty over theatre going in the Delta variant. But when Shang-Chi did so well, the studio relocated Venom to October 1st. Not in the UK, you didn't. You fucking bastards. Not happy about that. Venom 2 is hardly the only new offering this weekend. And this is the thing. You got Addams Family 2, Many Saints of Newark. Oh, is that it? So No Time to Die wasn't? I thought No Time to Die was. Maybe I'm wrong. I could have sworn No Time to Die was releasing in the US this weekend. I know some people in the US have seen it. I could be wrong, but never mind. Let me know what you guys think of this down below in the comment section. If you're new here, do it, subscribe. Guys that like me, like what I do here, you want to support further, I've got 3 things for you. I've got a second channel where I work on cars and vlog and stuff. It's actually really good fun. People that don't like cars even like that channel. It's in the description box. Head on over there, support me over there, and watch one and tell me you don't enjoy it. Fairness, that sounds like a threat, doesn't it? You probably will. And then also we've got memberships open as well as Patreon. All that's in the description box, along with a PO box in the description box. Lots of boxes. Cheers. Take care.